All right, next up, Baylor, SMU. We've got SMU 2.5-point home favorite, 65 the total. Dave Aranda, man, same old defense. Jeez, I mean, just
Horrible.
horrible. I mean, every time they got their asses back into that game against Auburn last week, Sawyer Robertson, they get it right back, and then defense just gives it up again. And we thought Baylor's defense was going to take a big step, and I've got to see more before I'm ready to say that, because it was not good enough last week against Auburn, that 38-24 loss. The offense wasn't great at times too, but the offense certainly did enough in the second half to give Baylor a chance, and the defense just kept giving it right back and could not stop Jackson Arnold, could not stop the run. It just ended up being one of those games for this 307 rushing yards, by the way, for Auburn last week. They just could not stop the run, this Baylor defense. I want to take Baylor, but I think if I take them, I have to take the team total over. I can't take plus 2.5 because I don't trust their defense. I think they can score. I think with Sawyer Robertson and company, they can move the football. Cole Wilson, Michael Trigg, they've got some great receivers. I don't think SMU's defense necessarily, is going to be nearly as strong as last year. And plus, we don't know how good or bad they are when you play East Texas A&M in your first game last week, 42-13. We know their offense is pretty good with obviously Kevin Jennings back in the fold. Once again, SMU had 400 yards of offense. Although that being said, 400 yards of offense against a team like East Texas A&M does leave you a little bit concerned that they didn't do more than that. And they did have not one, but two defensive touchdowns, SMU, in that game. So it was not the great offensive performance by SMU that maybe that final score indicates, because really only 28 of those 42 points were on offense. They had two defensive touchdowns, 2 pick sixes for SMU in that game last week. So, at this number, it's in a pretty good spot. SMU is at home. This is still a team that obviously was in the ACC championship game, was a playoff team last year. But I think Baylor will move this football on SMU. And at the same point in time, Baylor's defense struggled last week. Can it regroup? I lean over as well, 65. I think I kind of wanted to back Baylor. 2.5, I can't. I mean, this opened 4, I believe. Yeah, it opened up 4. SMU as home favorite. So there's been a lot of support for Baylor. I don't think I could get to the Baylor side now at 2.5. If I were to take Baylor now, I'd go with the team total, because that's the one thing that could hit. This could be one of these deals where they lose the game, but they maybe still go over their team total. C-Mac, what do you think here? Baylor, SMU?
Yeah, on the total, I mean, if they get theirs, I think SMU gets it as well. The total, I think, is right here. It's 65. I think it could creep over, but I don't know if I'm rushing to bet it. But I think it's gonna slip over here. Last week in that game, as much as they couldn't stop the run, you mentioned the 300 yards. I mean, Baylor was still fine. I mean, he threw for 420. It just was like, as soon as there was a one-score game in that third quarter, it's just like it was a kick return, and it was like, no, come on. They took it to the house. That was
a killer moment in that game.
That was it.
From a momentum
definitely.
standpoint.
I thought. I'm like, and the defense just, man, couldn't make any plays. And I don't even think it works out, because he ran the ball fine. It was Jackson Arnold. He doesn't have to throw it. He just had to do the bare minimum. So I'm gonna look to fade Auburn there with him at quarterback here coming up. But I think Baylor's live. I think this game's tight. So just not enough for me right now to bet. So I'm off.